In the second book of the Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle says that there are two kinds of virtue: intellectual virtue and moral virtue. We learn intellectual virtues by instruction, and we learn moral virtues by habit and constant practice. We are all born with the potential to be morally virtuous, but it is only by behaving in the right way that we train ourselves to be virtuous. As a musician learns to play an instrument, we learn virtue by practicing, not by thinking about it. Because practical circumstances vary a great deal, there are no absolute rules of conduct to follow. Instead, we can only observe that right conduct consists of some sort of mean between the extremes of deficiency and excess. For instance, courage consists in finding a mean between the extremes of cowardice and rashness, though the appropriate amount of courage obviously varies from one situation to another. Aristotle proposes three criteria to distinguish virtuous people from people who behave in the right way by accident. First, virtuous people know they are behaving in the right way. Second, they choose to behave in the right way for the sake of being virtuous. And third, their behavior manifests itself as part of a fixed, virtuous disposition. Virtue is a disposition, not a feeling or a faculty. Feelings are not the subject of praise or blame, as virtues and vices are, and while feelings move us to act in a certain way, virtues dispose us to act in a certain way. Our faculties determine our capacity for feelings, and virtue is no more a capacity for feeling than it is a feeling itself. Rather, it is a disposition to behave in the right way. We can now define human virtue as a disposition to behave in the right manner and as a mean between extremes of deficiency and excess, which are vices. Of course, with some actions, such as murder or adultery, there is no virtuous mean, since these actions are always wrong. Aristotle now suggests three practical rules of conduct. First, avoid the extreme that is farther from the mean. Second, notice what errors we are particularly susceptible to and avoid them diligently. And third, be wary of pleasure as it often impedes our judgment.